But you stretch. Get injured, I'll have to play with like the sun or something.
Dude, how bad was it out when we left?
Yeah, it was bad.
I saw 3 accidents. I'm like, oh, I hope that's not.
At least you're close.
I know, but I know I'm close to you. You gotta go an extra like 15 minutes.
For on like a good day, it's like 25 minutes or a half hour to get there.
Where do you live again? By Trey?
A little bit further than that.
Really?
Yeah. You know where Salt Road is?
Yeah. My girlfriend used to live on, but on this side, not
All the way.
Wow, that was good.
Can I go this way?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm moving over.
Alright, listen.
Okay.
Ow! First ball. Dude, to the same spot. It's gotta be your hook. I'm not calculating that. Damn it, Dustin. Were you just waiting for me to freaking getting out of the way now? I'm all about avoiding it. Hips.
Sorry.
I problem. Things you're gonna have to work on is waiting longer. And literally, if you warm up like this, right? For soccer, remember when you used to do these? It's literally gonna be that for your hips. Drop that knee and really rotate, and then unrotate. It's just like that's like the best thing I can relate it to. Forward, not up, not up. Popping more. Whoops. Sorry. Copy in my belly. More twist in the hip. Nice ball. 2 more. Last one. 1 more.
Like,
I got it back. That one didn't hurt as much.
it's a little softer.
Alright, back thing, same thing. I'll soften up here. I'll soften up. You have to miss a couple before you make them. Nice shot. There you go. One thing I noticed that you like to do, which is good and bad. You should know. I mean, it's not really bad, but you like to load basically this height all the time, like down low, which is good because you're always gonna be ready for harness field. But Tyson, when you start your swing from down here, you really gotta stay in a closed angle because that's a lot of time you're making balls a little bit more loopy than flat because you're starting lower. So if you start lower, when you start your swing, you're kind of coming here rather than maintaining close as you flip. You know what I mean? Good, just don't. That time you didn't accelerate, you stop your acceleration. Yeah. Couple more. Three more. That's that ball I'm talking about right there. You got less table down the line, so you really got to be even more on top of this one. Because you got less width, or length. Just gotta have stronger wrists when you flip. No more closed ankles. Two more. There's that ball. Yeah, you just open up. Let's go forehand. Let's say let's alternate. You alternate with just forehand from that corner. I'm not gonna put it too. I'm just gonna kind of put it right there. This spot. Whoop. Good ball. Tough ball. That's good balls. Those are all basically the same pace, same length. Sorry. Ah, there we go. Now figure
Yeah.
yourself go. And no hits in that one. Couple more. There it is. That's your ball. Last one. Okay. Alright, it's gonna be a combo of just three. So actually, let me do some underspin for you before I do this combo. Alright, Alright, back in. Ready? No. Early. There you go. 3 more. Alright. So it's going to be backhand cross court. Alright. Where it's going to come back. Cross court again. Right? So I'm going to block back. Backing down the line. Not going to come. Do your forehand. So it's going to be backhand, backhand. And then you can go forehand wherever you want. Just make sure you really crank. Right?
Alright.
Here. And then boom. Wherever. So 3 balls. 2 backhands. Forehand. How can you do that one this time? You know why it was a good shot? I mean, yeah, you waited and it was a dart, but I couldn't tell where you were going. Why? Because that's why it's so important to turn every time. It's literally, if you just do this drill, right? So when you see me, look, I'm here, okay? You can't tell if I'm going to unload there or if I'm going to unload here because you're like this. When you're kind of like this, I can kind of see your arm direct more when you're not using as much hips, right? It's easier to tell. That's why I had no idea. I thought you were going there. That was a good dart. Too early on that ball. Ah. Good. Good. That ball needs to be a little bit sharper. That one I could have popped back. There you go. See, that one you force rather than just here and not loose. You like here and then you try to force that ball down the line. More twist. Ah, good ball. Shit! Sorry. Sorry, I'm surprised I got that ball. Good. That ball should never be too fast, no matter how sharp that ball is on yours.
Yeah.
Right? The sharper it is, the probably the fastest it's gonna come back. You're not surprised. You know, you gotta think 2 ways. One way is you going 1, 1, 1, right? But the whole purpose of this is typically that's where the ball's gonna come back. When you come across, typically you're gonna come back there. When you come down the line, typically you're gonna come back there. Not all the time, but you gotta mix it up. It's like the boxing. You don't want to always just jab and go cross court. So you gotta think. Not only, you gotta get better at coaching yourself in between each game, right? But in one game, you gotta change in the middle of that game, and then you gotta coach during the point. So when you say, okay, cross court, and if he comes back to the ground and goes down the line instead of my forehand, you know what I mean? You gotta be one step ahead every time. That's why you should never. If you can miss a shot, but you should never be late getting to that spot on that block. should have all the time that you need. Except for that one. That was just a good freaking shot. You gotta be careful around the post. Caught me off guard. Attaboy. Early.
Yeah.
Really turn. There you go. There you go. 5 more. Good. There you go. Finger. Ready?
Yeah.
Too stiff. In the wrist. There you go. 2 more. Good. Now it's the same philosophy. If you don't get a clean shot, but you still hit your location, right? You get a soft ball. You know, still anticipate where that ball's going to come on 9 out of 10 times, 80-90%, and just be ready to get there sooner, right? If you go soft, I'm going to kind of attack it, and you got to look to counterattack now because you didn't keep the pace up. But it's still the same plan. Don't panic. Don't be like, oh, I didn't get that good, and then give up on that ball. One more. Now, notice what I learned. I know it's a drill, but, right? You would go 1-1, forehand here, right? 1-1, forehand here. Now, I know you're working on pick and pull shots, but now you got to realize I'm going to know that going into the second game, right? That's how all these guys think, 22 plus. They're going to change from game to game, and they're going to change in the middle of the game. One thing you guys, when we played Monday, you were up 7-3, 8-4. Those leads, can't give them away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to bear down, don't call a timeout, but when it's 8-4, you got to do everything you can to get 1 out of the 2 points. You usually get 1 out of 2 every time for the rest of the game you're golden. You can't give up 4 or 5 streak in a row. They're going to look to do that. Don't leave that window, Craig. Alright, let's go, alright, let's go forehand, and then back, last ball backhand. Forehand, right?
Yeah.
So where's it going to come back? Forehand, where's it going to come back?
Okay.
Right. Spinning, good ball. 4. Even if you soften up, so you like that swing on up, you gotta swing forward. Too much up, too much up. There you go. Remember, when you're close, you're swinging here. As soon as you get that you're gonna clear the height of the table, you come right up over. Don't continue on this plane. Get there sooner. Good. Over here. That's how the wrist was just like that. Good. Tough ball, sorry. Okay? Now, you gotta teach yourself. If that's too tough and you're struggling, you're missing that, okay? You need to go 1, half step back, 2, half step back, so you get here. And you give yourself time, right?
Yeah.
If you play all 3 shots here, you're gonna be 2,400 if you make all 3. Right? That's difficult.
Yeah.
You gotta get back a little bit more. Close to that first ball, half step back, half step back. And you should always be set. The ball should never get past you. Then it's just a matter of you making that shot. But it's going to give you enough time to make it. Minor. There you go. Whoop. Sorry. Lost track of what I was doing there. Great, just be confident in that swing. You show by that swing, you just show me you're not confident in that swing. You're not here, you're not giving it everything you got, mentally focused on trying to get the best swing on the ball. Okay, that's a better swing even when you miss. Much up. Back up. Looser here and looser here. There you go. And know this ball, right? You're going to get a little bit more hook on it naturally, right? So when it comes back, it's going to want to kind of kick a little bit. It's going to want to jump a little bit to your left if you're facing this way, right? And notice, if you aim here, you can't aim here because you got that spin. It's going to kick off. So if you want to paint here, you got to aim a little bit here. But notice that ball's going to hit and kind of jump that way because of that spin that you're getting on that ball. And that's probably easier as a shot. Degree of difficulty down the line, typically harder. When that ball kicks out, I love going down the line because it's easier for me. Because I'm not fighting the ball going this way and me trying to go that way. That was a good shot. Attaboy. Way to get on top of that ball. Alright, see, slow down. We're confident in that. You gotta miss with confidence. The more you miss with confidence, the more you're gonna make. You half confident, half not, you're just prolonging it. Alright. Good spin. Good spin. Attaboy. That was sloppy. Sorry, you kind of froze after the first shot.
Yep.
Five more. Attaboy.
Sorry.
That's alright. Good swing. Attaboy. Two. Last ball. Dang, one more. Good ball. Wait for that and be patient. Sorry. Yeah. Attaboy. Just remember, man, everything is in a video. I don't play video games, or I prefer to boxing, right? It's all about combinations. You just come up with different combinations. Now, if we were to extend this drill, right? And you go cross court with that backhand, right?
Yeah.
Now you have the option to sidestep and go either way, or you stay here, go cross court again, catch your breath, then shift it down the line, or go to cross court and then set. You see what I'm saying? You just build off of it. You're just extending a series, but you gotta have, 100 different combos that you can pull out. It's all about what you want. Place your shot. Sometimes when you come cross court, you kind of get here, right?
Yeah.
You don't really get it out here. When you do that, you gotta notice our level, I can go either way. The more you get it out here, the harder it is for me to get that angle.
Yeah.
And that's just goes with getting smarter, knowing, don't just ping the ball one way, but knowing the high percentage of where it's gonna come back. Right? Alright, it's cool. I'm gonna make you move for a little bit more. You want to power it?
Sure.